All fear is of the self. That's a message that's on anyadvicefortoday.com. You can read it there to get the full picture. But when it referred to self, that is the connection that we each have to all that is, or God, or Gaia, or the universe, or whatever, however you want to think about it. We all come into the world to perform a duty, and that is to become ourselves. That's really what it is. We come in to offer our essence to the world so that the world can become better. And that's every single person. Except what happens is we start judging that. We start judging what we have and what we're supposed to do. And that's what I did. And it got to the place where I can no longer do that. I've been receiving information for a really long time, and I've been talking about what's going on in our world for a long time as well. And I know a lot of people don't get what's happening. They just think this is random. It is not. It is a change that's going on in our world, in our universe, that was planned, that was happening on time, that it was supposed to. And certain people were supposed to be here to help move the world through into a better place, and I'm one of those people. But I couldn't talk about that. And if you see the message, you can see how many times I've been told this, but I said, no, I can't do that. It's exactly the same thing that goes on with my clients. You see, but I can see it in them. It's challenging for me to see it in myself. When I created my program, I didn't know what I had. And then I even said to everyone, I have something that could transform the world. Well, you know, each person, one person at a time. And I knew that, but I couldn't really own it. And now I have to. We're going into a period that's going to be a little challenging for many of us, and I understand that because of all the training, because of all the information that I was given. But my denial was just off the charts. My denial has been so bad, for a lot of people, but mine has been so horrible. I've allowed myself to go broke so many times. I went bankrupt a couple times. I mean, because I wasn't going to do something that was going to compromise who I was, that was going to be just about the money. It was never that for me. And I've always been the person who had to help. I couldn't figure that out. It's been revealed to me now. I see more of it. I can see my history and why I remember things and why I knew what was going on. As I said a couple of days ago, when all this began, couple years ago, when the pandemic started, I knew what was happening. This was a planned thing. I could not have told you in those words then. I can tell you now, however, because I see what's happening. We're going to move in through this division that's going to happen, and so it's a time where we're supposed to become centered in who we are. And what I was given that I doubted was a program that can help everyone do that. And it's going to be something that we need to shift the wealth and income in the world that's everywhere, because we've not taken care of places in the world, and we have a global society now. It's not just any one place. And so this is what's going to happen, and a lot of people are going to be upset about that. I know that I can have the ability to cause people to own themselves and become confident and courageous and not be afraid. But I was the one who was being afraid because I couldn't put it together. I couldn't say that this is what I had, exactly like my clients. You can't own this idea that you have that you're supposed to do. Now, and I'm going to explain this so you'll get it. As I said, I can look at my clients. I can work with my clients and know I can see everything. I have this ability, this intuitive ability, which I've always had. I've used it forever to help them in that way. Couldn't do it that well with myself, however. And that's with every person. That's why we have mentors and coaches and all of that. I have things that I listen to all the time. And even before I just came on to do this video, I was sent a video to look at to say, okay, get out of the way and start doing what you're meant to do. So I want you just to understand this. If you take my program, wonderful, because I'm changing it next week, because I know that I have to take it to those people who are really influential and who can make a difference in the world, and I have to stop starving myself, which is what I've done many, many times. And all my stories are there. I mean, I can show you writings that I've gotten so long ago that told me from the very beginning, you will not have everything you want in your life until you become yourself. And that's for every single person, and that's why I have to help more people become themselves. But I just want to give you this, because don't be alarmed by what you see. Just remember that we're moving through a galactic, global change, And it's uncomfortable because none of us like to change. That's the problem. I didn't want to change. I didn't want to tell people who I was. That's what it was. But now can no longer do that. It's time for us to awaken to why we're on the earth, what we're meant to do. And I'm saying this because I know the only people who would hear or see this video, because the law of attraction is real. You wouldn't get here, you wouldn't hear me unless you were meant to awaken to who you are. And you'll do it during this period. All right, I'll see you guys soon.